All right, welcome to the Countdown to Pull Time show, live from Chapel Hill, Tennessee. I'm Dan Mayer, joined by Phil Manners. And, Phil, if I say Phil Manners, not going to probably answer, it's Big Shade.
Yes, sir, Big Shade.
So, joined by Big Shade here. We're in session number 2. We had some rain last night, unfortunately. Canceled our show early last night, but the action we did see was pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive action last night. A lot of carnage, Joe. The track was a little wet. They were digging in, tearing it up.
Now, Mother Nature kind of rained on us earlier today, right around lunchtime or so, but as you can see behind us, track crew going right to work here and getting things underway.
Yeah, we had to cover it up this morning. We was a little slow in getting it covered. It got a little wet, but we kept it covered all day. Just now got it pulled off, and they're out there working hard to get it ready to pull.
Now, celebrating the Big 50 here in Chapel Hill, back to 1976, the first event for this, great event here. Over the years, the different changes and everything, the first Grand National, 1987 with the NTPA, and before that, I kind of go back and look at some of the programs that I have from the early days here at Chapel Hill. And, one of the big things was you guys always put the emphasis on the stars. Like one year you guys brought in Bruce Hutcherson. One year you brought in Tim Engler. And it was just, you were still with the Tennessee tractor pullers at the time. And you guys would bring in one of those big names, to build this event up, and then finally to that level where you're able to have that Grand National pull. That's pretty interesting how you guys did that over the years.
Well, we had Chris Gilbert at the time, and Chris was just totally dedicated to this entire show. I'm dead. We had Chris Gilbert come out at the time, and Chris and a few others, boy, they were just totally dedicated to this and built it up to what it is today. And Chris surely missed in the last several years. Since he's been gone, we sure miss the input he has on this. But I'm really proud of my Lions Club people and my friends that have kept this thing alive and just honoring Chris's legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, have the honor to announce from the Chris Gilbert Memorial announcers stand behind me. And, it's just, you feel that, the aura in this arena when you come here. And it just, everybody in the orange still. And it's just a great atmosphere. And let's talk about the hospitality part of it. The pullers, they all talk about, one of their favorite events of the summer. They love coming to Chapel Hill, the hospitality. Was that one thing that Chris really emphasized when you started this event was, hey, we got to take care of these pullers. There's the one putting on the show. Let's roll out the red carpet for them.
Absolutely, and we've tried to keep that going. And I've heard several times this weekend, been thanked many times this weekend for the hospitality we put out, the lunches we give, we do roll out the red carpet, and we love having these people here. We love meeting and fellowshipping with them. It's just a great all-around weekend, and we look forward to it. We'll start looking forward to it again tomorrow.
And I have the opportunity to go to quite a few pulls throughout the year. And, I know at the National Farm Machinery Show, I look over in the corner, I see the orange shirts. You go to different events like Farley this year, the orange shirts were on hand. I mean, how many events do you guys get to throughout the year?
We try to go to at least 4,
okay.
3, 4. We'll be going to Rockwell in a couple of weeks. And then a few of us try to go to Urbana, watch the championships at the end of the year.
Okay. So look for the orange shirts out there.
Yes, sir.
No doubt there'll be a few out there. Is there an event you guys haven't been to out on the circuit, or you pretty much hit them all?
We've hit most all of them. We've been to Benson, Toma, Bowling Green numerous times. Rockwell, we've been to Rockwell. Farley since it started. We like Farley too.
Now, to get to go to these events, as far as a Lions Club member here with the Chapel Hill Pull, how high on the list you got to be to go to the events, or can anybody go with you guys?
Well, we put out a text to who wants to go, and it used to be a pretty long list, but now it's kind of shortened up, and same ones go most of the time.
Gotcha. Now, here for the 50th, let's tell the fans what you guys got going, some special things that you've had here for the weekend.
Well, we had planned some stuff. It got weather, of course, is taking its toll on, but we still have fireworks. We had a great fireworks show last night. Following Facebook, we had a lot of great reports on that. We're going to do it again tonight.
Yeah, the pyrotechnics here, that's pretty impressive.
That's new.
They were just testing out the flames
Yeah.
here, and not like it's hot enough down here already, but now we got flames going. But yeah, that's pretty cool there, something new. When we saw a new leader last night, we'd see the flames fire up down there, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my wife was over in the tent behind us here. She said every time the flames went off, she remembered how cool it really was outside.
And, of course, changed up the winter circle this year, got that moved to a different location.
New winter circle. We got rid of them old water barrels we used to have here. Bought some new barricades and just trying to make it look good.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the orange and white theme. It's been like that for so many years, and from there we go again.
There it is.
Now they're just provoking us, I think, with that.
We've got a few guys that they work year round, keep this nice ground out here in front of us nice and green and clean, and grass cut, and we just try to make it the best event of all of them. We try our best.
Now let's talk about what this event does for the local community. We've talked about over the years. I know the first time that I had the opportunity to be here was like 1994-ish. And last year I came back, and it's been a while, and I couldn't believe how much it's changed. I mean, seriously, like used to line up the vehicles over on this side. Now we've got, more land over here. Tell us about some of those improvements.
Well, every time there's a piece of land comes available around us, we've been trying to buy it. And we're still hitting some people trying to buy some more. We've changed. It's changed considerably since I've been in this club 19 years, and it's changed considerably.
And, let's talk about some of the big things that the Lions Club supports from this event, the proceeds from this event.
We support of course, our Lions charities, Leader Dog for the Blind, White Cane. We give several $1,000s to Middle Tennessee Eye Clinic, and it helps people with cataracts that can't afford cataract surgery. We give Vanderbilt Children's Eye Center. We give a sizable donation to. Plus, all the schools in this area, we support these schools to the tune of over $40,000 just to these schools last year. That's
very impressive, yeah, and great event. Like you say, you fans that come here each and every year support this event, where the proceeds from this event go, and helping some great causes out there, and that's very good to see.
Without our schools and without our ball teams and all our sporting teams coming out to help us, it wouldn't be possible. There's no way we could make it all without them. We got soccer parking cars and baseball and football parking cars up here. We got basketball helping with seating.
I see we got cheerleaders selling programs.
Cheerleaders selling programs. We make use of all of them.
Absolutely. Well, Big Shade, 50 years in the books here this weekend, and here's to 50 more, and thanks for joining us. We know you're a busy guy. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so once again, member of the Lions Club here, Big Shade, joining us here at the Countdown to Pull Time show here, right here in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Once again, we're going to get rolling tonight, 6:30. Look to have the first vehicle go down the track. They said about 6:50, 6:55 after opening ceremonies. And if you're not with us, you can join us on Full Pull Live. We'll bring you all the action here tonight. So going to be a great night. We're ready to kick things off here tonight. And once again, Big Shade, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So with that, we'll bring in our next guest here. We got Adam Kester, one of our mini competitors. And Adam was one of the lucky guys last night to actually go down the track last night as Mother Nature interfered. But now, Adam, tonight looks like we're going to flip-flop the order here. You guys are going to be the second to last class with the minis. But tell us about the run last night there with the Footloose. Looked really good. Your other tractors did well as well. Talk about it.
Yeah, I think Here now?
Yep, there we
go. I was fourth hook with the Beast of Burden tractor. Nobody had really gone down the track yet, so just tried to feather it out as far as I could and ended up making a pretty good run with it. Made some adjustments to the red tractor, walked the line, and made a good looking run. It just didn't go far enough, and then, that black tractor, it's kind of skating around on me a lot, so it was definitely tricky to get it down the track. But as we went on, you can really see the thing dancing around, and finally opened it up about 150, and it really hooked up and went. But Yeah, that was a fun ride. It's pretty awesome to run down this single lane here in front of this big old crowd. So I like this pull a lot. But the Footloose, Adam put a pretty big mark out there early, and we kind of went back and forth there for a second, and it just seemed like that tractor likes this dirt a lot, and we made a really good pass. But I barely squeaked it past 350. The rest of it's history. I can't really tell you too much outside of what happened out of that, but I think we would definitely had a podium finish in that pull-off.
So let's talk about, 2025 started the season off. Now, last year you guys built a new Footloose, and then this year you built two more chassis, two new chassis. So, got two brand new ones for this year, one-year-old going into this season. We started in Hutch, had a win with, start off the season, and leading the points coming into this event here. We haven't had a whole lot of events. We're still kind of early yet, but so far so good here. Things are rolling pretty good for you.
Yeah, it started out, Hutch, a little tricky track, but it's the same for everybody. So you just got to come with your best foot forward, and I'm starting to understand these tractors a little bit better. We really struggled the last few years. There's no secret to that, and it's amazing what Brad at Modern Machine, they can build a heck of a piece of equipment, and it just seems like our ideas still work. Just had to have the right equipment underneath us, and nothing against what we had before. It was just we need some more front end weight, and there's guys out here that they're putting it all on the line, so we had to be a little bit more competitive, so we had to make some changes.
Now, Adam, we had talked, previous about, the two chassis, the, back-to-back, kind of the same deal. You were thinking of downsizing, but going to be pretty hard to downsize when the other one's running so well, ain't it?
Yeah, it's it's so weird about that tractor is it's not even set up for me. It was Dusty Price owned it, and I bought it because it was new, and we had to make some changes to the motor mounts. And then after talking to Brad about it, the chassis is different kind of than what he normally builds. So at first he's like, when I wanted to build another new one, he's like, well, I want to build it my way. I said, okay. Well, then the tractor started running pretty good. And then at the end of the year, and he's like, calls me and he's like, well, what are the measurements off that tractor? So we could build you another one just like it. So, the idea was, I still think and know we can be competitive with three vehicles, but right now they're running pretty damn good, so it's kind of hard to want to downsize. But yeah, the one I was potentially thinking about getting rid of is actually the one that's running the best, so I don't know what we're going to do there when we get to that fork in the road, I guess.
Yep, that's right. The price is going to go up from there, right? Now, been a busy summer for you. Yeah. Congratulations, a new dad once again, and congratulations you and your wife.
Yep. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. She, after I made her run on Footloose and I pulled off the track, she was standing here with my daughter, and pretty cool. There's having a kid. There's nothing in the world like it. And our first kid was born in October, and this one's born in July, and there's a huge difference in the timing year for us. So we were lucky enough to have 2 weeks off, but. Man, they're really precious at this stage, and a lot of work for Mom. I wish I could give her some more time.
Right. Well, before long it'll be winter season, and of course you're not busy during the winter season, are you? Right.
Actually, this is supposed to be the slow time of the year, Dan.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about that during the week. Tell the folks what you do, and
so. Worked for Minor Brothers Racing up until this past year, and Bob Minor passed away unexpectedly 9/11, and I've kind of had to take the reins over wholly, which we were positioning ourselves to do that anyways, but it's been a little bit more difficult. We are a very small business. It's me and two young kids, as I say it, two 19-year-old kids, and you got to get home and get your stuff out of the trailer and get it cleaned up and kind of onced over for a second. But you're working on everybody else's stuff to the last minute. And I try to get everybody's stuff done. There are always a few things on the back burner. But, again, last night, 26 engines in the Unlimited class. It's pretty amazing that there's just that one class is enough work for most people. But very, very fortunate to have a very good customer base. And I just hope nobody tears anything up so we can all have fun and have a good time.
Now, speaking of that, how many engines do we have go out of the shop? Is there a grand total, or we haven't actually counted them all up?
I guess I'm not a statistical man like yourself, I guess. But I would say we build somewhere in the range of 5, 7, some years 10 new engines.
Okay.
And we rebuild somewhere around the 40 to 50 mark. In-shop rebuilds, numerous parts getting sent out. A lot of people do this stuff themselves. So fully servicing engines, we might be over 100 at all times. So
yeah, very busy, like you say. And, how did you get your start with that? I mean, I know years ago you worked with Tim Engler many, many years ago. And how'd that all get rolling?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny how this went. So my dad was always a budget puller, like most pullers are. You're trying to save a dollar. And Tim always did our stuff, and as Tim's fuel injection business grew, his time for tractor pulling and other things kind of slowed down, so we started taking our stuff to a different guy, and one season we spent $40,000, and my dad says, look, either you figure out how to do this or we're done. So we tore up a lot of stuff at first, stupid mistakes and not knowing, but surround ourselves with good people. Bob really helped out. Bob Miner really helped out a lot. Tim actually helped me put my first engine together. I worked for an automotive machine shop for a while and got the feel how to work on like all kinds of engines. And then once you realize how dirty and nasty, like diesels, and there's a reason they're there, right? They're not in good condition, but I wanted to get back more into a niche market with the racing engine stuff, and we were selling enough stuff for Bob. My dad would buy an engine, we'd run it for a few years, I'd rebuild it, sell it, and we'd just say, hey, bring it back to me and we'll take care of it. And eventually that went from doing that to I started working for Bob. He was sending me parts. Then he was sending me stuff to put complete engines together. And then it seemed like in just a few years, let's move the machines out. So we moved the machinery out, and then, purchasing all the machines and the inventory and all that stuff. We were about 75% when he passed away. But it's a pretty awesome business. It just makes it a little bit harder sometimes when you get done working to go over and do the same thing you just did all day. So what do they say? If you're a carpenter, you probably have unfinished projects at your house, or if you're a mechanic, your car probably doesn't run very good. But I'm having a blast doing it, honestly.
Yeah, that's one of the things, do something you love. Let's fast forward. Let's talk a little bit about Chapel Hill. Now, we talk about the stats part of things.
Sure.
You and Adam Bauer tied for 6 wins here apiece.
Really?
And very impressive, as you guys are the top 2. What does Chapel Hill mean to you? I mean, I know there's a couple different avenues here, but...
Yeah. Even dating back to when I remember my dad begging Chris Gilbert to have the mini rods here, and Chris says, if you can put me 10 running tractors, I want every one of them to run. I want them all, put on a really good show, and we'll see how it goes. And I think there's no doubt about it. I mean, it's a fan favorite class because it's very, unpredictable. But this pull to me is, if Louisville was outside, it kind of embodies what a single track is. In order to run a single track in the order that they do a phenomenal job. And the hospitality is great. They treat us so well here. There was a few years there where we really didn't know what we were going to do, and all I wanted to do was come to this pool. Mm-hmm. And when my dad passed away, it made it a little bit more sentimental, I guess, being here more. But we came here and ran bad for a lot of years. We dominated for early, and then we went through a spell, and now we're trying to get back to where we were. But there's just something about this facility, coming around the back and seeing the crowd pulling out on this track. It's got a nice downhill slope to it, so you get really good speed, and it's groomed perfectly all the time. And just just the atmosphere and what they do at this pool makes me want to come back every year.
Absolutely. And Adam, we know you're a busy guy. We'll let you get back to your tractors. Got 3 to run here tonight.
Yep.
Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us here. And, we got to tell everybody about the No Practice podcast.
Yep.
I'm sure everybody knows about it, but.
Well, we're unhinged, according to some. So if you want to tune in to some highlights of what goes on and off the track, be sure to tune in the No Practice podcast. Me, Tyler, Chase. We always try to bring some saucy entertainment if it is, but I'm very happy to be able to get to do that. Try to give the pullers a voice and just let the fans kind of know what's going on in the pullers' heads, because there's a lot of things that are seen and there's a lot of things that aren't seen, and the whole point of the podcast is to bring that to light and try to make this sport better for the pullers and the fans. So we need to bring the best product to the table that we can, and that's all we're trying to do.
So just a tidbit, stay tuned for the next episode. It's going to be a little saucy, as you say, right?
Oh, I'm sure that there's going to be some things covered. Maybe, just tune in is all I got to say.
It might be a long one. All right, Adam
Thanks,
Kester
Dan.
joining us here tonight. Thanks again, Adam Kester with the MBR Engines, as well as a very busy guy here. And we'll bring Lindsey Campbell in next. Come on in, Lindsey. As we'll bring Lindsey in here. Of course, Lindsey with Chaos Fabrication, a Galaxy sponsor for with the Pro Stock tractors. And Lindsey, let's talk about last night. Now, you and Kevin run a couple of mini rods. You got 3 now, and we saw the hired gun Cody Singletary behind the wheel. Now, where was Tim this weekend? Tim Ray normally drives the R&D machine. He wasn't on hand here this weekend.
No, unfortunately.
Flip that up. There we go.
Unfortunately, Tim. I don't know if it's still. There
you go.
Unfortunately, Tim could not make it this weekend. So, a good friend of ours, Cody Singletary, he said he would gladly pilot that thing for us, and I'm glad that he did. We ran with him all last year. He's just like family to us as well, just like Tim is. And we told him to put his tractor in the trailer just in case we needed spare parts, and we did. So we used his motor as a sacrificial lamb for another tractor yesterday, and then we replaced another motor again today.
Okay, so let's talk about last night. Now, Kevin's tractor we saw have issues there at the end of his run, and looks like we saw some parts go out the bottom, unfortunately.
Yeah. He had some tough luck there, lost a bunch of parts out the bottom, and, thankfully we have a great crew. Jeff Hurt, Cody, they're all amazing family to us and friends. And, here's the video. You can probably see some parts coming out the bottom. Yep, there they are.
Yeah, and there goes.
Yep. Those are actually sitting in the trailer right now, so we have some keepsakes if anybody wants some. So we are actually currently, we just got the other motor put back in. It was actually Jeff's that he blew up yesterday. So we fixed that today in between the rain showers. And we just got that put in a little bit ago, so they're going to be starting it here shortly.
Now, for those folks that didn't see, there was a picture up on social media, you guys working underneath a tarp trying to get things done there on the tractor. That was pretty cool to see.
Well, I think there's no doubt about it. You can see our devotion to the sport.
Yes.
And we keep telling ourselves we do this for fun. But we are very devoted, and we also, we do this for our customers as well. So this is second nature to us, and thankfully everybody's willing to lend a helping hand, and we're very thankful for that. So.
Now, Lindsey, we talked about the not so good, but let's talk about the good last night. You had a really good run.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. It felt great. One thing, I never hit a brake. So it was straight as an arrow. It took off. It went really, really fast, actually. So I was very happy with the run. There's a lot of great competition in this class. I'll say it over and over and over again, but everybody in this class is wonderful, and you never know who's going to be on top, and it's anybody's ball game. So I was truly honored to have a good run, and I'm the most humble person, so it's hard for me to take any compliments.
Now here's a replay of your run right there last night. We saw, right at the get-go there, she cleaned out, and away you were off there.
Yeah, yep. Next thing I knew, I was off the track, actually. I was like, oh, Yep. Okay, here we are.
Here we are.
They say you have like a pass like that once in a great while, and they said, you feel it in your bones when you have a good pass. So I did feel that. I did not hit a break. I was very fortunate. So I think my track position had a lot to do with that too.
Now let's switch gears a little bit here. Let's talk about Chaos Fabrication. Sure. And like you say, Kevin's back there working, so we can't needle him a little bit, but let's talk about the business and how the scope of what you guys work on over there. It's just amazing.
Well, thank you. They build a billet block. They do have DT 466 billet block, John Deere big block, and a 6.7 Cummins. There's a lot of our customers that are actually pulling here as well, and we piecemeal some stuff together as well, so we sell parts otherwise.
Now, does it make it tough? Now, we just talked to Adam about that. When you've got customers out there, you're competing yourself and trying to balance it all out. How does that all work?
It is, it is definitely a balance. Like, our stuff gets let go for sure. Our stuff is last, obviously. Our customers always come first. But, it's funny. I've always been a fan of tractor pulling my whole life. I would eat, sleep, and breathe it. I would take vacation around it. And I always wanted to pull a pro stock. Like, that was my biggest dream. And here I am pulling a mini rod.
Yeah, that's a little different, right?
Yeah, night and day, I think. But we also, don't want to compete against our customers either, which there's nothing wrong with it. Right. I know many people do it. It's just, we just decided to go a different avenue. And I talked to Jeff Hurt. This was years ago, and I said, I just really want to pull one just once, get it out of my system. I don't know why. And he brought one to the shop, and we have a test track there. And I got out of the seat, and I was like, okay, all right, I want one of these. And now we have 3. So kind of my fault.
Fond memories of the test track there. We had that pull in 2020 behind Chaos, during COVID.
Yes,
that was an interesting time there as coming in the helicopter. That was a surprise. Yeah, we did that.
That was crazy.
That was pretty cool. But like you say, everything from farm stock up to probably big rigs, more or less, right?
Yeah.
I mean, parts and pieces.
Yeah, it's mainly pro stock, but there's other things, obviously, and we do air kills and other parts like that fit any class, so.
All right. Well, Lindsay, we thank you for spending a little bit of time with us this afternoon.
Thank you for having
You're busy as well. Everybody's busy, so we got to kind of get things in while we can. But
absolutely.
Big things tonight here. You guys got everything back together, so we should be good to go. All 3 tractors.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
We've got a lot of different motors and a lot of different tractors right now, so we've got a lot of work ahead of us.
All right. Well, Lindsay Campbell joining us here on the Countdown to Pull Time show, and we'll let her get back to the pits and get ready to go. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
See, Chapel Hill, very, one of those bucket list places. What does it mean to Lindsay Campbell?
I will tell you, this facility is gorgeous. The fans are amazing. We have people that stop by the trailer. This whole atmosphere is just great. And to pull up on that track and see all those people, it's really an honor.
All right. Well, that'll do it, Lindsay. Thank you very much for joining us here. Lindsay Campbell from Chaos Fabrication, a Galaxy sponsor for the Pro Stock class here with the NTPA, joining us here on the Countdown to Pull Time show.
Thank you.
All right. So next we'll bring in the folks from Beck's here, as looks like we're going to have Austin Scott join us here from Beck's Hybrid, major sponsor, 2nd year. And, boy, look at all the goodies he brought with him here as Austin. Let's start, with, of course, with Beck's, but let's talk about yourself, where you're from, and what brought you here into Chapel Hill.
Yeah, well, you're in sales when you bring a hat, a koozie, and earplugs to the table, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You got to be marketing all the time. So, I'm Austin Scott. I'm the area team leader for the South, kind of our southeastern region at Beck's Hybrids. Been with Beck's over 10 years. Beck's has been in Tennessee for over 14 years. Largest family-owned seed company in the nation.
Now let's talk about the territory. Where does it all cover? Now you talked about Tennessee, but where else does it go?
So we market across basically just about every agricultural state in the nation.
Okay.
Like I said, we're the largest family-owned seed company in the nation. So we span from South Dakota down to the north part of Texas, down through Mississippi in my area, and then back up to Michigan.
That's what I was talking about, your southern region. Where does that go down into Florida and then over? Or?
So we kind of drew the line at about halfway down. There goes a hat right there.
Souvenir, right?
Fans can get it as they see fit. We kind of draw the line about halfway down Mississippi and about halfway down Alabama. So Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, those specific areas.
Yeah, and great to have them a part of the NTPA for the second year in a row, and a great sponsor. I know a lot of the pullers use their products. What about some of the new products you got going with Beck's?
Yeah, we sell corn, soybeans, wheat, small seeds, all those things like that. We've got a really strong presence here in Tennessee and the Southeast in general. A lot of locally adapted products that fit the market down here. It's Sonny Beck, Scott Beck. It's their goal to help farmers succeed. So that's what we try to do.
Now, how many pulling events do you get throughout the summer? Is this the only one you get to, or?
So this is our big one down here in the South, but we have got several that we attend up through Ohio and several other places across the marketing territory.
But you yourself, you don't normally get out. This is the big one, right?
The Super Pull of the South here in Chapel Hill.
For sure. Well, once again, thanks for being a sponsor here with the NTPA for the second year in a row, and no doubt we'll see you somewhere down the road.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having us.
All right, so Austin Scott here with Beck's Hybrids, a major sponsor here with the NTPA for the second year in a row, as he's got all his goodies there. So make sure you check out their booth here on the grounds right here at the Super Pull of the South, as we'll go right into our Full Pull picks coming up here in just a little bit here. Once again, Full Pull Live. We'll bring you all the action. If you're not on the grounds here in Chapel Hill or within a couple hours drive here, we're going to get going at 6:30. We'll have the 650. 650 is, they're telling us, probably the first tire that's going to get rolling here tonight. So opening ceremonies will start approximately at 6:30 on the button, as we will get rolling here tonight. So as we start to wind things down, we'll bring Jason Schultz in here as we will talk picks here for the second night of the Countdown to Pull Time show here.
I was dancing and they took me off.
You were dancing. See, that's why they took you off. Now we got the pyro going behind us here. So be leery.
You want me to be careful?
Yep. I see the guy right there. He's got
shooting,
the pyro
he's
shirt
shooting
on.
flames?
Yeah, he's shooting the flames.
Well, hey, that's what you do when you hit a full pull pick. You
That's
shoot
right.
the flames in there.
We'll shoot the flames for you. So let's talk about them. We got 5 classes
We do.
again.
Pro stocks, mini rods, unlimiteds, diesel super stocks, and 4-wheel drives. In each class, you're going to pick 2 to finish in the top 3. So our producer, let's start with pro stocks. That's the first class up tonight. That's been everybody's bummed out they didn't get to see their pro stocks last night.
Yes.
And social media is a buzz here in Chapel Hill.
So they are going to see them first here tonight. The
Yep,
first
I heard him
track
warming
meets.
up. So let's click on pro stocks there. This is how easy it is, fans. You can do this sitting right here in the stands. Go to the Full Pull app or fullpullpicks.com. And then you can see there. So Youngblood is 6-1 right now. Cutting down, Reese Shelton is 4-1. McNasty's 12-1 right now. James Ray, that's a moneymaker there, Dan Mayer. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 to finish in the top 3. And our producer said they want us to bet all of it tonight.
Go
all of it.
All or nothing.
All of it. Yeah, big.
All
Go big.
or nothing.
So,
all right, well, we're going to do that.
Ooh,
So,
field picks. There's field picks.
well,
Dan.
I've got one right there. We
Okay.
see Danny Schmucker, 12-1.
All right, so what is a field pick, fan? Real quick, Dan.
Okay.
Field pick is everybody else that's in there that's not listed on that list. How many pro stocks we have tonight, Dan?
I think we're 19.
19. So those
or
are all the Tractors fans that you can get with the field pick. So with that one field pick, you get all of those. So that's why sometimes that can be a great thing in a big class, and you know how it goes from stacking it up. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so back. So who do you want, Dan?
I'm going to go with Danny Schmucker, 12-1 there.
Okay.
The Rampage.
I like that a lot. Who's leading the points right now in Grand National points in pro stock?
So Grand National points right now is the Brent Meyer tractor.
Brent Meyer, injected
Yep,
funds?
The Loudon, the Loudon Heavy tractor.
Loudon
Remember,
Heavy X, that's right, they bought it.
Brandon drove that early on. Brent's
So let's
driving
do,
it.
producer, if we could find a Loudon Heavy X right there. So it is clearly a favorite. You can see that's where some of the money is going.
That's the
picks.
Loudon Heavy X.
Oh,
not
so you
the
went Loudon Heavy.
Yes.
Okay, so let's find Loud and Heavy.
That's a good pick, though. RJ,
That is a good pick.
RJ's been on a hot streak
Yes,
here.
he is. There it is. Brent Meyer, 3-1.
There we go.
So if we put a 1 in there for a multiplier, a $5 pick is going to win us $31.50. So how fun is that, Dan?
And that's how quick.
That's how quick it is. Quick and easy is. Join now. Boom. We are in the books, so we're cheering for those 2
Yes.
to make a little extra cash.
We probably
tonight.
should have put a red one in there.
Well, let's do another one.
Okay,
then.
let's do
go back
another
to
one.
Pro Stock, Sally.
We got an orange one. We
who
got
do you
a
like, Dan?
red one. Let's put some on Youngblood.
Okay. That was our first pick
There
up
we
there.
go.
They've had some good success over the years here in Chapel Hill.
Absolutely.
Are there any Youngblood fans here? There's a few people sitting in the stands. Look, we've got some umbrellas up there, Dan. Somebody's
Yes.
waving up there.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Youngblood fan.
And then let's see. What do you think, Shelton's? Do you think they're going to redeem themselves after
absolutely.
Farley?
Yeah. Oh, they're
let's
ready.
Grab a Shelton tractor. Cutting down. So you can do up to a $1,500 wager, or you can do as low as $5 for your picks. So if our producer would put 300 in there, or 20 or 30, there she goes. You can see how that changes there, that payable amount.
All right.
It'd be a $1,500 pick, and that would win $1,875.
There we go.
In that case, so got some favors. But we're gonna do a 5 multiplier. So that would win $130 if those two hit there that was on a $25 pick, right, Dan? I think.
Yep, and that's how easy it is.
It is super easy. Yep. What class do you want to do next? You want to do mini rods? You want to do let's do unlimited.
Let's do unlimited.
I think that is they're the king of the hill. So we're gonna back out of there. Last night we Doug Theobald.
Theobald took the win.
The first time a 3-engine tractor's won since Mr. Bowling reference.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I got to go and check that this week, but I'm going to go say mid-80s.
Okay, I put a post on our Full Pull Facebook page.
Yeah.
A video of his run last night, courtesy of Full Pull Live, and I said, when was the last time a 3-engine tractor has won the unlimited class in the Grand National NTPA?
Top of my head, I'm going to say John Shaw, Northeast Raider, right around 1985, but we'll check officially on that when I get back home, and we will check. But yeah, that's
so. Last night we went Doug Theobald number 1, David Richardson was number 2, and Billy Beers with the War Wagon is number 3. So I want Billy Beers. I'm just going to throw that out there. Dan, who do you want?
Let's see here. Let's go.
Toby Fried's running on 3 engines. I know, unless they got it fixed today. Not sure. See some pro stocks heading to the scales right now.
As we see here, let's take a shot here. Let's go with the Gambler. Let's go Mark Cole. Mark Cole's got that tractor heading in the right direction there.
Let's just do a 1 multiplier. That'll be a $5 pick, and that would win $10. It's that easy, fans. So you can do it on the Full Pull app or fullpullpicks.com. You can do it sitting in the stands. You can do it at home. You can do it wherever you want. So it's going to be a great night here, fans, tonight in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Well, there's also other picks up as well on the app from polls going on all over the United States. You can see that right there up on your screen. So go ahead, have a little fun. And this goes on pretty much, honestly, Dan, the next couple of months, almost every day. You can log on to fullpullpicks.com or the Full Pull app, and you're able to make some picks and have some fun.
Yeah, all kinds of regional events happening this weekend, as well as tonight and tomorrow.
Yes,
in Michigan tomorrow night. And, pretty much nonstop action.
Yeah,
Full Pull Live here. So
they switched up the order again. You talked about that earlier. It was great that you had Big Shade on there, Phil Manners. This is a unique event. This is special. It's my dad's birthday today.
Oh, okay.
He's 69. He's an old man, but I'm 49, so I'm a middle-aged man.
You're almost an old man, too.
Almost. I'll be 50 in November.
Yes.
Is 50 officially old, Dan?
That's it. Once you hit 50,
it's over.
But it's one of those things where it's like you saw it on the horizon. You saw your parents turn 50, and you're like, and then it's like, wow. Yeah, that makes you think there.
And we do this every weekend. But the one thing about Chapel Hill, we hear from all the pullers, is the hospitality. This is their favorite pull.
Yep.
They enjoy it. Adam Kester begged, Larry begged for mini rods to get in. It's pretty special to be here with my dad and watch him pull. Hopefully we have a better hook tonight. That first hook last night, the starting line was hard. None of the super stock diesels really got hooked up, so it's all good.
Now, years ago, Chapel Hill used to have the slogan, the hottest pull in the South.
Yep.
And it still kind of applies here this weekend.
So I'm from Wisconsin. You're from New York originally. You live in Indiana now.
Yes.
Humidity's different down here.
Oh, it's
brutal.
very
different.
It is brutal. It is definitely all of that here this weekend.
But there's a nice breeze.
Yeah.
The one thing I want, if you're watching this right now, let your family and friends know the pull is a go. Whenever there's rain in the afternoon, there's always a lot of, they're going to cancel it, or it's not going to happen. They had a great Friday night crowd last night based upon, we basically had 3 rain delays last night, and it was 900 degrees yesterday.
Yes.
And that will sometimes deter a person from coming to an event, Dan.
Right.
So get on your Snapchat, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Threads, whatever you use, and say, Chapel Hill's a go. And you said what are the start times again tonight, Dan?
So 6:30, we're going to get rolling here tonight. 6:30 opening ceremonies. The first vehicle going to go down the track right around that 6:50 mark.
Yep.
So that's what they're hoping to get everything rolling here tonight. Going to keep things rolling through pretty quickly here tonight. If you're not within driving distance, Full Pull Live, we will have all the action for you on there. But like I say, if you can be here in person, that's the place to be because
one of the last
action
things
is awesome.
I love this event because it's set up. The scales come around. and we have Darren Hartwell down here capturing the interviews. They're coming off the track. You and Charles upstairs. It's well rounded. It's laid out for pulling. They took a football field and a soccer field, and they made one of the best pulling tracks in the country. So
yeah, it is just. I talked about that earlier. How things have changed over the years since like the first time I went here, and used to line up the vehicles all behind the main grandstand over here, and there used to be houses literally right behind where that grandstand was.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to dig out some of my old pictures, and
you have some old pictures.
Oh yeah, of course.
The pulling reference guy.
It's coming.
It's coming. The website.
Yes, this week it'll be back.
I like it. I'm excited. You said that last week.
Well, you know how that works when you're working through somebody else. I got my
you got a guy?
Test version, and of course there was things on there that weren't right, so we had to go another week. So I'm hoping by the end of pulling season, really, we'll be up and going. But no, it'll be up here very shortly.
Perfect. So fans, if you want to check it out right now, again, you can sitting in the stands, you're sitting at home, go watch last night's replay. You can fast forward to your favorite classes. Go watch Billy Beers take the lead for a while, then Dave Richardson come out, and Doug Theobald got him with the second to last. We had that pull off and the mini rods last night potentially.
Yep.
Brandon Hunt saved the best for last.
Yes.
Diesel super stocks.
Absolutely. First time out.
Yep.
Put it right in the winner's circle there.
He likes that left side.
Yes, he does.
He runs that every single time he comes here.
Yes,
so
he does.
They should pay attention to that.
Well, they should.
They should.
Well, we'll see what happens
he kind of
tonight.
knows what he's doing.
I think we might have lost a couple of diesel supers after last
night. Yeah, I know
night.
we lost
Peterson.
Peterson, just another one. Brad Campbell got a piston with just maybe. Colin Ross had his head off of his earlier today in between rain showers, but I know he'll be back.
Yeah.
So
he said he got a valve last night.
Good.
Dropped the valve last night.
Not good, but I'm glad he'll be back.
No, yeah, got it back together. So that's what you have to do running for points. So once again,
Ricky Rose is back.
Yes.
I don't know if people watched the live stream last night. I want to thank Marty Wilson, his wife, Kathy, her girlfriend. I'm not sure of their whole connection, but they've been together a couple days. She went to the hospital with Ricky, had the iPad sitting out there so Ricky could watch Jeff pull last night. It was pretty neat. And Ricky is on the grounds. Well, I don't think you're supposed to drive an Unlimited after getting heart stents.
That's probably not a good idea.
That's probably not a good idea. Unless you want
but
a
he'll be
couple
crew
more.
chief, and he'll be crew chief.
Unless you want a couple more stents, you can get it in there. So.
But yeah, so good to see Ricky back here on the grounds here and watching his son Jeff run again here tonight, and he laid it down.
He did
nice
lay a
run.
pass. Yep. He was fifth when he pulled last night, if I remember correctly. So, well, cool. Let's get back to action, Dan.
Yes, let's sign it off here tonight. We'll see everybody back here 6:30 tonight for the Full Pull Live, as we'll start opening ceremonies here from the 50th annual Super Pull of the South.